Hey, middle school educators, this is Patrick from TomTod Ideas, and I'm here to tell you about our project plan of the week. We're calling this project Explore Your Awesome Middle School Brain. This project is based on neuroscience research, and it'd be a great end of the year project for your students that would help promote social emotional learning and growth mindset. So I'm going to walk you through this project and explain to you how you can apply it in your classroom for these last few weeks of school. So the start of the project, we have our pre-assessment where students tell us what they know about the brain and how they think their brain might be different than an adult's. The first section is called Know Your Brain, and we share 5 facts that we think every middle schooler should know about their own brain. The first fact we want middle schoolers to know about their brains is that brain growth that occurs between the ages of 10 to 15 is the second greatest in their lives. We want them to know that they are super-powered learning machines. To help them learn that, we have a short 3-minute video on their brain and how it's really important that they use it or lose it, that they start making neural connections for their future. We also include an article from Newsella about how their brain growth at this stage is so important. The second fact we want middle schoolers to know about their brains is that middle schoolers need 9 hours of sleep a night. And we know most of our students aren't getting this. And we have this great video from TED Ed that tells why it's so important for them to get that sleep. And we just want to encourage them to know that sleep is more than just getting rest. It is something that their brain needs right now. The third fact we want middle schoolers to know is that teens feel emotions strongly because they have a hyperactive amygdala. We want them to know that these emotions they're feeling are totally normal. We have a great video here about how they can understand and manage their negative thoughts. But we want them to understand that what they're going through emotionally is a part of a season of growth for their brain. The fourth fact we want students to know is that your brain can change and get smarter anytime during your life, and that's called neuroplasticity. This is the neuroscience behind teaching our students growth mindset. And the last fact we want students to know about is that their brain is still maturing, that their prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision making, organization, is going to be maturing up until they're 25. We want students to know that they're starting a journey with their brain. So if they're not good at organizing right now, if they're not good at planning for the future, that's because they're just learning to do it. Then we have students have the opportunity to play with a 3D brain model. And this is a great way for students to interact with the brain, learn all about its different parts and the roles that those parts play. And we link to another article from Newsella that tells students how their brain works in middle school friendly language. To end this section, we have students answer a few questions to assess what they learned about their own brain. The next section of the Explore Your Awesome Brain project, we share 4 ideas that students can do to make their brain more awesome. The first way is to calm your brain. So we have a great video about mindfulness and how to actually be mindful as a middle schooler. Next, we have a great article from Newsella talking about the importance of growth mindset and a couple questions to get students to reflect on what it means to have a growth mindset. The next option for students is how to train away your anxiety. And they get to play this really fun game called Neurotic Neurons. This is a great interactive game that teaches students how neurons in their brain connect and how those neurons can create or reduce anxiety. So when students are playing, they get to click on these neurons. And as they do, the game will teach them what's happening in their brain.
Of course, this is a simplified model, but that's roughly how neurons work.
Last option students have to explore how to think about thinking. We want to teach students metacognition, explicitly tell them that you can think about your own thinking, you can reflect on how to make things better, you can think into the future and know how to plan. And students who are organized students, they may be really interested in understanding this, or students who are not so organized may benefit from learning about metacognition. Next section is called How to Make Your Brain Less Awesome. And here we share 3 things that we want students to know could really hurt their brains. So we want students to understand the effects of sleep deprivation and for them to know that they are not at their best when they're only getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night. And the next thing we want to teach students is why binge drinking is such a bad idea, that it rewires our brains in a really hurtful way. And we have a great article from Newsella that breaks that down. The last thing we want students to know is how addictive chemicals affect their brain. We have a great game that was developed by the University of Utah that shows students the different effects of different chemicals on their brain through a fun animation. The final part of our project is the Your Brain Challenge. First brain challenge is the Alien Invasion Challenge. We have students summarize what they know about their brain, show evidence of what they're doing to keep their brains healthy and not hurt them, or if they don't, the aliens will suck out their brains to power a toilet plunging robot. And we end with a little bit of actual metacognition. We're going to have students pick a goal to train their brain. So they're going to pick something that they want to do. This could be getting rid of anxious thoughts. This could be learning to play piano. This could be getting really good at bottle flipping. But for this, we're not just talking about metacognition with our students. We're actually helping them learn the tools that they need. Our hope with the Explore Your Awesome Middle School Brain project is that students will be able to learn about their own brains and apply that knowledge to becoming the people they want to become. Please subscribe to our emails for educators that we call Educator Explorations at our website, tomtodideas.org. There you can also subscribe to our daily emails for middle schoolers called Daily Adventures, and you can follow us on YouTube and all of our social media at tomtodideas.org. Thank you guys and have a great week.